Hey, what's going on everyone? This is iReviews back with another video, and today we're talking about iOS 18.5. Now we're just days away from the release of iOS 18.5 to the public. Now this is a really important update as it is one of the last updates to iOS 18 before we move on to the new iOS 19. Now even though it's not the biggest updates that we got on iOS 18 when it comes to features and changes, it is a very important update and it has a lot of improvements and a lot of fixes and everything under the hood that will make your device way better once you update to iOS 18.5 in a few days. Now before we get all into this update, let's just go ahead and talk about the release timeline here. So we're on May 6th today, and most likely today will be the day that Apple releases the RC version of iOS 18.5. Now this will be of course the last update that will be released to the devs before iOS 18.5 gets released to the public. Now for the public release, we're targeting right here May the 12th. That's most likely the day that Apple releases iOS 18.5 to the public. Now if you're currently on the beta of iOS 18.5, which right now is beta 4, then you will have two options when it comes to updating. Now first of all, if you just want to update to the RC version, which will most likely be released today, you can go ahead and do that. It's not a problem. You install it, it's just the same update as the one that goes out to the public, but of course it gets released to the devs a week before. If you don't want to do that but you want to install the public release, I know a lot of people just want to do that, then right now before you install RC, all you have to do is head on to your settings, go under general, go to software update, and then you will have your beta updates right here. Before you install the RC version on your device, make sure to turn them off right here, and then once iOS 18.5 is out to the public, you will be able to update your device to the public release. If you install the RC version, then you won't be getting a public release. Even though, again, this is the exact same update, so it doesn't matter which one you install, you will have the latest release on your device. Now the reason I say this is a big update for iOS 18, even though it doesn't bring a lot of new features and big changes to your device, is that this one will make your device way better. As I said, it has a few new features and improvements, but performance is what this is all about. It's actually very polished, everything works really smooth, and this is the best iOS 18 version you will have on your device. And even the Geekbench score right here tells it. You can see this is an amazing score. This is done here on the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and the score is amazing. 2,969 right there on the single core score, and that's the best single core score I've got on my device on iOS 18. And then we have right here the multi-core score, which is also great at 7,400. So an amazing score here, and it does actually also translate on everyday use. Not just this test, but using it every day, you will actually feel it. It is very stable, it is very polished, and it works really well. So you don't basically get any like glitches or any like hangs or freezes on your screen. It is actually really good, as it should be, because this is one of the last updates to iOS 18, and once iOS 19 comes out, there will be actually devices that won't be able to update to iOS 19, so they will basically have this software forever on that device, which means that it is a great thing that they will have a really stable iOS version on their device. And also the battery is really solid. So right here we have the iPhone 15 Pro Max with the battery health setting at 91%, but you can see the cycle count right here. It is most likely at around 87, somewhere around that, because it hasn't updated for the last like 5 months. But again, we're getting a pretty decent battery life right here. Now taking a look at all these battery times right here, you can see with about 135% battery, 8 hours 37 minutes. Right here 110, 6 hours 48 minutes. Right here about 5 hours with 50% battery, and then right here with about 100% battery, 7 hours 1 minute. And then we have even some better battery lives right here in the previous days. But in my experience using this software since it was released on beta 1, in this device I got around 8 hours of battery life on screen, of course, with 18.5, and it's actually very good considering that this is an almost 2-year-old device right now with a battery health not sitting that good, so it's actually very decent. Now, just recently, Apple also talked about the new wallpapers that are coming with iOS 18.5. They are not here yet. Most likely with the RC release, they will be here, or the public release, but these are the new Pride wallpapers that are coming for the Apple Watch, the iPhone, and the iPads, of course. You can see these pretty cool wallpapers. Now, we'll have to wait, of course, and see if there will be like different options for these wallpapers, because usually when Apple releases like these wallpapers, they will have a few different options to change colors or change animations or stuff like that. Probably there will be, of course, but you can see because this one is different from this one and they look kind of cool. So these will be available to the iOS 18.5 users, of course, once it gets out to the public. Now, otherwise, the main changes will be on the Mail app. Right here, if you tap on the 3 dots, you will have here a new way to actually show or hide contacts photos right there. Now, this used to be an option even before on iOS, but it was actually on the settings app. So to find this, you would have to go to your settings, go to the apps, go to Mail, and then right there you would have this option. Now you can show or hide your contacts photos directly from here. Now you also have a grabber right there that indicates that you will have a section right there for all of your mail. And Apple has also brought back a feature under accessibility right here. If you go to touch and you scroll all the way down, you will have backed up right here. You will have the option to enable the banner. You know, that banner that Apple introduced on 18.4, but then they removed it. Now it is here and you can enable it or disable it. Basically shows you a banner right here indicating that you have invoked this feature right here. Other features will include Apple warranty, so you will have right here a new page, a new look. You will have way more details, a link to go and learn about your benefits, and also a way to open the Apple Support app. And we have a redesign right here on the front page of Apple Care and Warranty, and also you will be able to find the Apple Care and Warranty section also on your Apple ID, which sits at the top of your settings app. So these are some of the new features and changes that you will find on iOS 18.5. Now, of course, also some smaller ones. You will have a few splash screens here and there, a few different settings for the screen time, and also the delete all and recover all buttons on the Photos app were introduced on the first beta again. Then they actually removed them again, and then they're not coming back. That's basically because Apple is worried that someone will just lose their data by just tapping that button, which is actually pretty big and sitting right here at the bottom of the screen. So they have completely removed it. Now, also very important is that iOS 18.5 will bring a new modem update, which should make your cellular connectivity better. And also they have improved CarPlay. A lot of people have been reporting problems with CarPlay connectivity. That has been fixed with 18.5, and they have also improved the AirDrop. So what's next for iOS 18? Well, iOS 18.6 is on the way, and it should be on its first beta right after iOS 18.5 is released to the public. Most likely on the 13th or 14th of May, we will have the first beta of iOS 18.6. Now, this has been reported, it has been spotted, and it's actually coming really soon. And that should also be similar to iOS 18.5. Don't expect any big new features or changes on 18.6, but according to like one of the report that we got recently, it will bring the Apple Intelligence to China. That should be probably the biggest feature of 18.6. Otherwise, iOS 19 is coming on its first beta on June 9th. We're waiting for that. It is supposed to be the biggest update since iOS 7. So we're really excited about iOS 19. We'll have to wait and see what Apple has in store for us. But of course, you know that all the reports are claiming that it will be a complete redesign, a complete new iOS. So that's really exciting. So that's basically it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that like button and subscribe for more, and I'll see you on the next one.